Hey guys and ladies, if there happens to be any ladies watching. Complete fail. Anybody that's been watching my YouTube videos knows I had both of these. Yes, both. Mounted on a really large heatsink. They both failed. Now, I've had problems with these to start with from the get-go. A1. The MOSFET on this one is okay. This one went out. And the MOSFET on this one totally blew. They was working good. I was getting about 36 amp, right around there, 36, 37 amp between both of them, without any problems. We had a low sun day, and I turned it on one day, and this one, I cut the MOSFET out already. I'm going to be replacing that pretty soon. I'm just not that excited about it. So, this one started smoking. Wasn't too long after that, this one just up and quit. Ended up having to replace this MOSFET because the board went warped and pulled itself away from the heatsink, and it blew this MOSFET out. Yes, granted, I did not have the board hard mounted. That thermal tape is really good stuff. It does hold itself. But the board went warped so badly that, I don't know if you can see that or not, but right there. See the bow in it? When I've got it sitting here and here, this end floats up. So it literally pulled itself off the heatsink at a gradual. Now, if you do gradual on that tape, like at a slow pace, it will eventually let go. But if you try and do a strong pull, if it's bonded really well, it don't want to come up. So that's what happened to this. I've got that MOSFET changed out. I'm about to order some hard mounting pieces, and I've got a threader that I'm going to use. It's a 2.5 threader. There is no way I'm going to use that factory heatsink. I'm not doing it. It's too small. That heatsink should be at least 40 millimeters thick, and the surface area at least 1 to 2 inches larger than the board. So what I'm going to use is this. Got some copper pads on it for the main MOSFET, and that is how it's going to be mounted. This heatsink is plenty thick. There's plenty of surface area. Should be no problem. But I suppose only time will tell. If you can keep these boards cool, most likely they will be just fine for charging batteries. But the problem, they get so hot because the facing of the MOSFETs being direct on the PCB. Of course, these MOSFETs on the faces, they do get hot. Most of the heat goes back this way, and then the inductor itself gets really hot. If you get too much heat, you end up with the ICs failing. And I'm hoping that don't happen, because if it does happen, well, it'll go in the garbage. That's about it on the update for these. What I ended up doing is taking the 2 bucks, and put it on that really big heat sink. I'll show you right quick. I found the buck to actually be a bit more efficient. I end up getting more current. I set it up the same way as the boost ones. And this thing has been a real trooper. It's still going. I haven't had any problems out of it except for the fan. If you guys get one of these, they're only 15 amp rated. I have seen 20 amp via this come out of it to charge these batteries. The arrangement on the batteries that I've got set up now is, because of the nature of the 18650s having a higher voltage, these BMS boards have a quirk. One row will discharge faster than any other row. So in order to compensate for that, you've got to add a cell. I didn't have any other 18650s laying around, so I went ahead and used my 26650 cells that I've rejected to compensate. Now that problem's fixed. These are discharging at an even rate with no problem. I'll let you get a glimpse of the BMS. Every BMS that I have put on these acts in the same fashion. There's not one that will not do that. And you won't be able to see it until you go to discharge and you hit down at the bottom, and one row is sitting at 2.8 while the other three are 3.2 to 3.5. So you end up not getting all the capacity out of the batteries. These boards, the Bucks, they are actually the 20 amp rated that sells on Amazon and eBay. They are CCCV, constant current, constant voltage. They're not really that expensive. Range about 13 bucks a pop on Amazon, and I think they might be a little cheaper direct from China from eBay. But I much prefer to get my stuff in 2 days and not 2 weeks. I've still got the little regulator for the fan, and I've actually got this. Yeah, it's hooked up, but I've got a little slack. So that's pretty much it. Hard to get it back in there. Okay. Info on the MOSFETs for these. They are both the same MOSFET. I thought maybe one of them would be a diode, but it's not. It's actually two MOSFETs on the single board. The biggest output I've seen on these with everything, maximum output was right around, I think, 22 amp per board. So two tied together, you should get right around 44 amp, maybe a little more, but not much more than that. Okay, now back to the batteries. I've got these three batteries due to the nature of them being higher voltage and the nature of the way I have to charge the 26650s with these batteries. I've actually got the 18650s direct on solar in through a bunch of XT60s. This will be changed later to a distribution block. But for now, this is working out the best. These batteries actually pick up the solar charge. They're doing fine. They also act as a reserve for charge to replace solar when the solar day is done. In other words, the 18650s are going to the charge port on these two battery packs. I've got 2 more cases, 320 cells on the way. I'll be getting more battery packs built and putting my 3D printer back to work. Everything's working out okay. The Edeco is still going right nice. It's running my 5000 BTU air conditioner really well. I've still got that light dim. It's like a quick dim and then back up when the air conditioner compressor kicks in. I have added super capacitors right here, a row of them, 16.4 volt, and that did help, but not enough. I would prefer this thing get a heavy load, and if it wants to drop in voltage, then I prefer it not to do it enough to notice a light flicker. But hey, good stable output. On a high load, it will drop to 110 volts, which is completely acceptable. But the spike, I haven't seen it go over 130 volts. I think it's been about a week now since I've been running this. Close to a week. But I'm actually thinking about getting a 3500. Because of that being dead, I would prefer to have something working now and monkey around with that to get it going again. Because even if I do change the parts, those of you that have actually done repair work on inverters before know there is no guarantee when you change all the MOSFETs that it's gonna work. So I would rather have something as a yes, it's definitely gonna work, than put money into something for it to might work. Hey, if it does start working, great. That means I'll have a spare. But 3,500 watts versus 3,000, well, that's 500 extra watts that I'll have. And these cases are actually small. The 3,500 watt is not very much bigger than this, and it'll fit in this cabinet just fine. That means everything on the wall will be coming down and going in this cabinet, except for a few odds and ends. I guess that's about it, people. Hope you found this informative. Have a good day.